The lion. The lion. There is something almost unsettling about the way a lion carries himself. Not because he is the biggest creature in the wild, because he is not. Not because he is the fastest, because he is not. Not because he is impossible to kill, because even lions bleed. And yet, when the lion walks through the jungle, everything feels his presence before he even makes a sound. That is power. Not loud power, not desperate power, not attention-seeking power, but the kind of power that comes from knowing exactly who you are, even when the world keeps trying to make you forget. And maybe that is why so many people are suffering silently today. Because they have spent their entire lives asking weaker minds for permission to become who they were born to be. The lion never does that. A lion does not wake up asking the jungle if he deserves to lead. He does not beg hyenas to believe in his vision. He does not shrink himself to make insecure animals comfortable. He simply becomes. And somewhere deep inside you, there is a part of you trying to remember how to do the same. Because the truth is, most people are not exhausted from hard work. They are exhausted from carrying the emotional weight of constantly needing validation, needing approval, needing acceptance, needing reassurance, needing someone to tell them they are enough. But lions never waste energy chasing approval from animals that cannot understand their purpose. Read that again in your spirit. The lion understands something most humans forget. Confidence is not loud. Real confidence is silent. It is walking through rejection without losing your identity. It is surviving betrayal without becoming bitter. It is enduring loneliness without abandoning yourself. It is remaining disciplined while everyone around you chooses comfort. That is lion energy. And the painful part is, the process that creates a lion is never comfortable. The jungle does not create kings through ease. It creates them through pressure, through hunger, through isolation, through survival, through pain. And maybe the season you are in right now feels heavy because life is trying to build something inside you that comfort could never produce. Because every lion eventually experiences a season where he must walk alone. Not because he is weak, but because growth often separates you from environments that no longer match your future. Some people will leave you when you stop entertaining weakness. Some people will misunderstand you when you become more disciplined. Some people will call you arrogant simply because you finally learned how to respect yourself. But lions were never designed to spend their lives explaining their greatness to creatures committed to misunderstanding them. And this is where most people break emotionally. They think loneliness means failure. No. Loneliness is often the birthplace of transformation. Because isolation forces you to meet yourself without distraction. No noise, no applause, no validation, no masks. Just you and the truth about who you are becoming. That is terrifying for weak minds, but powerful for strong ones. Because lions grow differently. A sheep needs the crowd to feel safe. A lion learns how to remain calm even when standing alone. And that calmness, that emotional control, that silence, it changes everything. The world fears emotionally disciplined people. People who no longer react to every insult. People who no longer beg for attention. People who no longer collapse under pressure. Because once a person masters themselves internally, they become dangerous externally. That is why the lion rarely panics. Even during chaos, there is composure in his eyes. Because strength is not the absence of fear. Strength is emotional control in the presence of fear. And maybe your greatest battle right now is not external at all. Maybe your greatest battle is learning how to stop doubting yourself every time life gets difficult. Because life has a way of convincing wounded people that they are smaller than they truly are. Pain can make you forget your power. Rejection can make you question your worth. Failure can make you feel invisible. But the lion never measures his value based on temporary seasons. A wounded lion is still a lion. A tired lion is still a lion. A rejected lion is still a lion. And you must stop allowing temporary pain to define your permanent identity. You are not your worst season. You are not your mistakes. You are not the betrayal you survived. You are not the fear trying to live inside your mind. There is something stronger inside you. Something ancient. Something disciplined. Something waiting to awaken. And sometimes life removes comfort because comfort was killing your potential. Sometimes isolation is protection. Sometimes pain is preparation. Sometimes the collapse is necessary because the weaker version of you cannot survive where your future is trying to take you. The lion understands this deeply. That is why he moves differently. He does not waste time trying to prove himself every second. He conserves energy. He observes. He waits. Because mature strength understands timing. Weak minds react emotionally to everything, but lions understand patience. A lion can remain silent for long periods, then change everything with one powerful move. And maybe that is your lesson right now. Stop announcing every dream. Stop explaining every vision. Stop seeking applause before results. Move in silence. Grow in silence. Heal in silence. Build in silence. Because when a lion finally rises, the jungle notices without being told. And hear this carefully. The reason your soul feels restless lately is because deep down, you know you were made for more than survival. There is a version of you trying to emerge from the pain, a stronger version, a calmer version, a disciplined version, a fearless version. The version of you that no longer needs external permission to believe in their own greatness. And that transformation will offend people who benefited from your insecurity. Because insecure people are easier to control. But once you discover your worth, once you learn emotional discipline, once you stop begging for validation, your entire presence changes. Not because you became louder, but because you finally became certain. And certainty is powerful. That is why the lion does not chase everything. Desperation weakens presence. The lion knows his value. The lion knows his timing. The lion knows his power. And you must begin learning the same. Protect your peace. Protect your focus. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your spirit while you are rebuilding yourself. Some battles are won through silence. Some victories are born through endurance. Some transformations happen quietly, far away from applause, far away from recognition, far away from people who only believed in you when you were weak enough to control. And one day, the same people who overlooked you will wonder how you became so powerful. But they will never fully understand the nights you survived emotionally. They will never understand the pain that taught you discipline. They will never understand the isolation that built your mind. They will never understand the storms that forced you to become stronger. Because pressure creates different outcomes in different spirits. Pressure breaks weak people, but pressure reveals kings. And maybe that is who you are becoming now. Not a louder person, not an arrogant person, not a reckless person, but a person with the heart of a lion. Calm under pressure, disciplined in silence, powerful without performance, confident without approval, strong without cruelty. A person who finally understands. The jungle never crowns the loudest creature. It crowns the one who mastered himself. So walk differently now. Carry yourself differently. Stop apologizing for your growth. Stop shrinking your power. Stop begging the world to validate what God already placed inside you. Because the strongest transformation happens quietly. And the version of you created through pain, through rejection, through discipline, through survival, will eventually become unrecognizable to the people who doubted your ability to rise. The lion was never created to live like prey, and neither were you. Rise above fear, rise above weakness, and let the man within you finally awaken.